What's up, everybody? It's LSUODYSSEY.COM here, and it's Friday, baby. Game day tomorrow, LSU Week 4 against the New Mexico Lobos. Los Lobos. Yes, there will be a loss for the Lobos. LSU come up against New Mexico, and some interesting news coming into the game. Kayshon Boutte, who I believe really needed this game to just get some statistical confidence as well as some on-field chemistry with Jaden Daniels against an easier team. Really the last chance they're going to have to play an easier squad before the meat of the SEC schedule. But Kayshon Boutte will not be in attendance for the game. He has been formally excused by Brian Kelly because he has had his son. His son was born, I believe, yesterday. That's the thing that is very interesting here is even Brian Kelly did not know whether Kayshon's son had been born or not. From my conversations with, I should just say, source close to the family, it seemed inferred that the child had already been born. Once again, they're even kind of being weird about it with me. So yeah. But that is there. Kayshon will not be there for the game. I don't think this is really that big of a deal. I can immediately see that there's going to be some people kind of like, what do you mean this isn't a big deal? Kayshon should be out there for this game. I get that. If his child was born, say, on Wednesday, then yes, he should be out there Saturday for this game. If his child, it depends on what happened during the pregnancy, If, say, the mom is in danger or there's been things he needs to attend to and be the man of the house and actually take care of the child, watch over the child in the hospital or something like that, aftercare of some sort, then that's fine. That's stuff that we don't know about, and that's stuff that, Brian Kelly has said, hey, it's okay, we'll excuse you. Read into that what you will. I know that there already is a lot of people kind of saying, they think Kayshon's going to quit and all this stuff. I don't anticipate that. Kayshon needs this season to improve his draft stock. Yes, he could opt out right now and declare for the draft and still be, maybe a third round pick or something like that. He would definitely fall. But I really do believe he's a first rounder, a top 10 pick, possibly a top 5 pick, really. He's that good. And I just feel like this is the season where it should all come together. But we haven't seen it yet. And that's why I believe we needed this game for Jaden Daniels and Kayshon to really get that rhythm, that chemistry going, because we saw it during fall camp on occasion, and we saw it start to percolate and start to generate during these scrimmages. They're throwing touchdowns. Kayshon's getting touchdowns from Jaden Daniels, some big throws. Jaden Daniels also scoring with his feet. They're playing off each other. We're not seeing that chemistry this season yet. Kayshon Boutte with a season high of, I think, 42 yards receiving against Southern. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for Kayshon. That's the thing is, and I don't even blame this on Kayshon. While you could say that Kayshon should have caught those 2 touchdowns early in that game, you also look at that second touchdown pass that he should have caught, supposedly, down in the end zone. Jaden Daniels should never have thrown that pass. And I get that it hit Kayshon right in the chest. And sure, Kayshon could have made that catch. But if he does, he's going to get decapitated by that safety. He is going to get destroyed by that safety. And he knew it. And that's why he was like, damn, man, what are you doing throwing me into this coverage? You literally are throwing me right into a Blaine Bishop type hit from 1999, man. Like, this is trying to send me to the hospital, man? And so these two really needed that chemistry. But here's the thing. Another big story going into this New Mexico game. If Kayshawn's not going to be getting the touches, if Kayshawn's not going to be out there, then that means there are no more excuses for a lack of involvement for Jack Bech. He has been 100% medically cleared. That's not only from sources I've been hearing close to his family for weeks on end now. That is now from Kelly himself, saying it. Affirmative. We need to get him the ball. We need to do a better job of getting him involved in the game. That's what he said. That's what Brian Kelly said. That's what head coach Brian Kelly said. And you got to think that there's no way he can't, he can just get away with giving Jack another game of one target for 20 yards. That's not going to fly this time. Especially against a team like New Mexico where, if Jack Bech is rusty in your opinion, potentially from coming back from this stress fracture in his shin, then maybe, just maybe, against a weaker opponent, a weaker defense, maybe, just maybe, throw him the ball a bunch, let him get his confidence going. Because I really feel in a game like this, Jack Bech could explode for 200 yards. I'm not even kidding. If the ball is actually there for him, if he's allowed to make plays after the catch, if he can get the ball in time, in space, and he doesn't need much time and he doesn't need much space, he will go off. Because I just want to tell you one thing right now. Jack Bech is out for blood right now. Those are 3 games he will never get back as an LSU Tiger. And yeah, I know he scored a touchdown, but those are 3 games he will never get back as a Tiger. If you think that doesn't hurt him or mean something to him, you don't know Jack Bech at all. He will be going ham to make up for lost time here. And I hope to God he gets the opportunities to do so, because another week without getting a weapon like Jack Bech involved in the offense is another week that just is wasted with the receiving core and the tightness with Jaden Daniels, in my opinion. We have to get that going before we go into Jordan-Hare. I understand they got absolutely mauled by Penn State. Absolutely just disgraced all over their own field by Penn State. I understand. Sometimes those demoralizing losses can get a team going crazy in a violent sport like football, where it's not really about thinking and your psychology sometimes. Sometimes it's about just going out there and whooping ass. And you're pissed off and you want something to beat up on to get your confidence back. And sometimes that's what these rivalry games mean, and that's why there's upsets in these games. Because it means something to beat LSU as an Auburn player. It means something to beat Auburn as an LSU player. So really, my thoughts aren't 100% trained towards Auburn. But at the same time, I am, hey, we've got one eye on that game ahead. Because that's the prize. We got to go into Jordan-Hare, get a win out of there, and this is the tune-up. So we got to see touchdowns, involvement from Malik Neighbors. We absolutely must see touchdowns and involvement from Jack Bech. We got to see Jaden Daniels hitting those two with good, easy, open passes. You don't need to call these crazy triple move routes with these guys. Just get them the ball. Get Brian Thomas Jr. the ball. This is someone who's made something special happen every time he's gotten the rock this year, and it's been very little. Get him the ball. This is a chance to really get John Emery Jr. going. Armani Goodwin has almost gotten to 100 yards in back-to-back weeks. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. But, you know, I want to see John Emery Jr. really get going and go off this weekend. I think, you know, getting him 14 carries, 35 yards, 34 yards this last game, it's not about the yards, it's about the carries. It's about getting him hits, getting him reps, getting him going, getting him in the rhythm, and getting him, you know, a big smackdown like the first or second play since he's been back was great. An early quick hit to kind of get you back into that rhythm. I know it sounds weird, but that's football. John almost broke it loose on a few plays. Almost broke it loose on a few plays. And you feel with just more time, more reps, he's going to start getting back to that home run hitting ability very soon. And, you know, we really, against New Mexico, this is an opportunity to get him going. If we can have a 3-pronged, even 4-pronged running back quadra of, you know, Josh Williams and Noah Cain as these goal line bruisers, third down short bruisers. Armani Goodwin is the dynamic young back. And then you got John Emery Jr. as the veteran, you know, just versatile, absolutely speedster, home run hitting back. I think you've got a very strong running back core who've really been producing well in the last few games behind that offensive line. I expect that to continue. Hopefully, we can run it down New Mexico's throats. I anticipate that. You know, New Mexico, they've got Cody Moon as their best defensive player. 4 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks already on the season. Miles Kendrick is their quarterback. 3 touchdown passes, I think 359 yards, 3 interceptions, though. This is a team that's only averaging 120 passing yards a game, though, guys. And gals, you know, this is an LSU defense that are hungry for turnovers. And there are going to be turnovers to be had in this game as well, just like Southern. There's going to be some stats to be padded. There's going to be some fun to be had, some sacks to be had. This is going to be a fun outing for LSU. Let's just keep it injury-free. Let's get the passing game going. Do not take Jaden Daniels out of this game quick, okay? Let him get into a passing rhythm. I want to see 300 passing yards from Jaden Daniels tomorrow. I don't think that's a tall order, especially if he cuts down on the running. This isn't a game for him to show off how he can beat New Mexico with his athletic ability. We know he can. He could put up 300 rushing yards tomorrow. And even if he does and sets some records, you know, that's great, but like that doesn't help the team down the road. What would help the team down the road is if he can really get something going with Jack Besh, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., Chris Hilton Jr., and then we really get John Emery Jr. going as well. I feel this team coming off that win against New Mexico can really do something special here going into the Auburn game. Get a win against, you know, a really beaten down Brian Harsin Auburn team. Hopefully no surprises. And, you know, go forth into that schedule feeling a lot more confident than you would have otherwise. So this is a game, week 4. You know, a lot of people aren't looking at this game, New Mexico. A lot of people will tune out of this, you know, at halftime or whatever. This is a game that's interesting to me because I want to see, you know, this is a game where Harold Perkins could put up, you know, 15 tackles, 2 sacks or something, get an interception, get a fumble recovery for a touchdown. This is a game where we could see Sage Ryan get a pick 6. This is a game where we can see, you know, Gregory Clayton maybe get a punt return for a touchdown. You know, this is a game where we're going to see some wild stuff from some LSU guys who maybe we haven't seen these plays from them before. You're going to see like Jay Ward rested. You're going to see some of these upper echelon guys, Jaquelin Roy probably getting some rest while Jacobian Guillory gets some much-needed reps. Jacobian Guillory could get the start over Jaquelin Roy, and I would not be surprised. Just to keep the big man rested up the middle with, Mason Smith out. That could be on the cards, or Matt House is going to go with the starters for the first half or whatever. This is a game where I think it's really no problem to get the starters as much as many reps as possible. I really don't feel that's a problem. I don't really feel that's you got to rest everybody. I think there's key guys to rest at certain times, but this is a team that is really in need of all the live reps they can get, especially positive live reps, where you're just going to continue to build on that confidence that you had from the 15-point win against Mississippi State by beating the eternal shit out of New Mexico. So there's no problem here for me to keep these guys in for at least a half, 3 quarters, especially when it comes to Jaden Daniels and these receivers. I don't mean to harp on it and keep harping on it, but really this is a big deal to me. We've got to get our best players involved more in this game. I think the leading receiver for New Mexico had like 140 yards, and I was starting to laugh, but then it was like, wait a minute, I think our leading receiver has like 190. So, not much better than New Mexico's stats statistically receiving. That's really got to change. That's got to change. That's not good when you look at our lineup on the outside. So keys to the game, you got to get Jack Besh the football. You got to get Jack Besh the football. You got to get him at least 10 touches in this game. I don't care if that sounds like excessive. Make up for lost time. Get one of your best weapons going against a weaker opponent. Get him going. Get him the football. Get Malik Neighbors another touchdown. Get him another 100 yards. It's easily available there. I understand. Jaden Daniels can do this. Get Dre Jenkins the football. If he could be rested for this game as well with his little bang up that he had this last week against Mississippi State. But this is a game where LSU really can come out there and dominate. Maybe even go up into the 50s. Is this the last chance to see Walker Howard potentially? Maybe Garrett Nussmeier as well. That will be interesting to see as well. But I hope we do not see Jaden Daniels pulled too soon. Let the guy get 300 passing yards, a couple touchdown passes, hopefully 3 or 4, and then you can pull him, but only until he's looking good doing it. We got to get Jaden Daniels passing well. This is a game to do it. This is the game to really get him get some confidence going with some live reps, so we can, start to progress faster, start to go through his actual progressions faster on the field. That's what we're looking for with Jaden Daniels. We want to see how well he can dissect the secondary and the defense, and it should not be difficult against New Mexico after he's just gone through the gauntlet of his first SEC game. There should be that drop off. He should be able to take advantage. Jaden Daniels should be able to put up 300 passing yards tomorrow. I think I predicted something like 53-6 or 44-6 or something like that. And I'm going to stick to that 44-6 LSU in my prediction. Everyone, post your predictions. Tell us what you think. This game, this game should be interesting for the true fans who really want to see some of these players who we've been thinking and talking about for the last few years. We're now coming into their own, getting the plays, getting the playing time, and we'll see if they can maximize it, and we'll see if LSU can really dominate and build off of that strong, kick-ass confidence from Week 4. Going into the Auburn game. Everybody, thank you very much. Definitely check out our showdown with Glenn Guilbeau that we posted on there. Definitely not exactly what you might expect, but I think you might enjoy it anyway. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a good Friday, and we'll be talking to you all day Saturday with our coverage. Thank you so much.